certificate and English degree. So the setting takes place after the ceremony has already happened. Graduation party in the backyard of her house in Colorado Springs. There's about 100 close family, friends, and relatives supporting her. And at this point in the night, it's just where people can go up and just say some words about her. My hope for the speech is to, one, just tell Lindsay how proud I am of her and how my life has been blessed through her life, and just also to encourage her while she moves on into the real world. And yeah. So I remember when Lindsay and I started high school together 7 years ago. We were staying the night over at my house, and it was about 3 a.m., and neither of us could sleep. We had been talking about who knows what, and all of a sudden, one of us brought up the fact that we were in high school and one day we would be graduating from high school. It was this way in the future thought, and it was almost too much to even think about it. Well, we both graduated from high school, and later on that summer, we then had a similar conversation talking about, okay, now we're going to graduate from college. What in the world? Time is going by. So now, here she is graduating from college, and time couldn't have passed by any quicker because it feels exactly like it did 7 years ago. Lindsay and I have been best friends for 11 years, since the day we met in 6th grade at Colorado Springs Christian School. I just moved to Colorado 1 month earlier from Bremerton, Washington, and I didn't know anyone. And I couldn't have anticipated the lifelong friendship that was about to form in Mrs. Stryker's homeroom class. It was a friendship of passing notes to each other in class, in the hallway, even taking bathroom breaks and leaving notes in each other's lockers. One of the first things I learned about Lindsay, though, was about her competitive nature, one in sports and simply just in life. I started picking up on it soon after we met, but it took a while to understand where it really stemmed from. After hearing about one of her vacations to California to see her family, it all just clicked. She was describing to me the kinds of things that she did with her family, and it blew me away. One of those things was an annual tournament every summer that their family would host for themselves that they called the Sweat Fest. In this tournament, their family was divided up into 2 teams, and they would play every sport possible that used a ball, and then they held their own trophy ceremony at the end of the day. After that, later that night, they would then play cards, and then the following morning, they would get up, all run together, and then race to see who could finish first. Honestly, it's an unending cycle, and after I heard this, it just clicked. She just can't help it. It's in her blood. I finally learned to love her for it, but after a while, it just got ridiculous. We'd be studying together, and all of a sudden, I would hear her writing really fast, and I would look up, and she would be trying to write faster than I was writing while taking notes. And at that point, I just said, "You have got to stop." Because Lindsay is such a huge competitor, it's allowed her to take very many daring and brave risks in her life, some quite challenging and others just adventurous. I'll never forget the first time Lindsay broke the law. Keep in mind, though, that she's never gotten a speeding ticket, never drank underage, never been dishonest with her parents. She gets straight A's and almost does everything just about perfect. But I had the honor of witnessing and partaking in her first adventure of breaking the law. It was spring break of our senior year of high school, and we decided to take a road trip down to Mesa, Arizona for the week, accompanied by 2 of our close friends. It was our last night there, and we decided to go on a little adventure in this strange town. We followed some back roads, wound around some corners, but trying not to get lost. We rounded the last corner, came to a dead end, and lo and behold, we struck gold. In front of us, we saw this great, big, huge water slide just screaming to be used. It was like the water dripping out of the end of it was like tears streaming down someone's face. We all looked at each other at the same time, kind of turned around, looked over our shoulders to make sure we didn't see anyone, and just decided to go for it. After climbing over a pretty big wall, trespassing on property, we trekked up to that top of the slide, sat down in huge excitement, and slid down. In that moment, we felt like we could conquer anything. This must have been the moment, though, that inspired Lindsay to do the next daring thing that she's ever done, because I can't think of anything else that would give her the courage to do this. I never would have seen the day come where my best friend, Lindsay Hesterman, would join a sorority. I felt bad for laughing in her face when she first told me, and then kept laughing while she tried to convince me that she wasn't kidding, but I just didn't think she was serious. I supported her 100%, but could not understand why. But after 3 years, it all became clear. Lindsay has a certain confidence about herself that I've never seen in another person. She knows who she is, she knows what she believes, and she doesn't let anyone tell her differently. Lindsay didn't join a sorority because she wanted to learn a bunch of cheers, have traditions, and be part of something so sacred where you have a secret handshake that only Pi Beta Phi's know about. One day I'll get her to show me, though. Lindsay joined a sorority because she saw an opportunity to share the gifts that God had given her and speak to people through her actions. In this house, she's a minority. She's one of the few members who comes from only a private school, but a Christian home. She's one of the few members who doesn't go out on the weekends to hook up with guys and get drunk. She saw an opportunity for leadership and jumped on it as soon as she could, and that's why today she's graduating as the former president of her sorority. I've never admired someone for their actions more than I do my best friend. She's changed my view of what a sorority is and has changed it into something that can be that she has made it to be. She has inspired, encouraged, supported, loved, taught, led, and changed so many girls by just being herself. I don't think anyone else could do what this girl has done. Lindsay hasn't had the easiest life and has had to struggle through so much, although she does a really good job hiding it. In my mind, she's like a pillar of stone, and nothing can break her. It's as if waves keep trying to knock at her door. The past few years have been especially tough, but her strength in God has brought her through. Her family has suffered so many financial struggles, and at one point she had to consider dropping out of college. She's been in a long-distance relationship for 3 years with her high school sweetheart, who is attending the West Point Academy in New York. She's been separated from her brother for over a year because he was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, and has recently been deployed to Iraq. There have also been 1,000 miles separating the two of us, and even though she won't admit it, I know this has been the hardest one. She's been faced with so many challenges in the past few years and has yet to let it weaken her. She's remained strong and faithful and is the image of a true warrior. She's conquered so many obstacles to get to this point and has been thoroughly prepared for what is in store for her. I couldn't imagine seeing someone more ready to walk out into the real world and give it a run for its money. She's been a true inspiration to those of us who know her, and I will speak for everyone when I say that she is loved. Linz, you've been the most inspirational person in my life, and I couldn't ask for anything more. You've shown me what grace and strength really look like, and I can't wait to follow you in the next step of your life. You have been my supporter, my leader, my second half, my sister, and my best friend. Now, if everyone will join me in a toast to the